Guess who got wasted, ate a whole sleeve of Oreos, a whole sleeve of Ritz crackers, and then passed out unconscious on their floor as the weekend was just blaring through their speakers? Me! And now I'm here to talk to you on the internet because, believe it or not, the most astonishing forms of wisdom can come from the most unexpected people, my loves. Anyway, age is a weird thing. I actually have another video I have to post, but it broke into two parts, and I'm debating to post it or not. But in that video, I mentioned the actress Margaret Crayley. She was in the movie The Substance. The Substance, spoiler alert, it's a movie about like a woman who feels like she's aging out of her industry, like that she's gonna wake up one day and be extreme, like like people are treating her like she's uninteresting, that she's boring, that she's unattractive, all this shit. They're treating her like a hot mess. And then she gets the chance to take this thing called the substance. She injects it, and then she falls on her floor unconscious, just like I did when I got wasted and listened to the weekend earlier. Amen. Abel Tesfaye. Mwah. Huh. Amen. Anyway, as I was saying, in the substance, she falls unconscious. She splits out of her body in a fucked up ass body horror way, and then out of her comes a beautiful young woman. And the deal is, like, she can be the beautiful young woman for 7 days. But once the 7 days are up, she has to switch back to her old, like, ugly self. And it's a good movie. I didn't spoil too much of it. That's basically just what happens in, like, the first 10 to 20 minutes of this, like, 2-hour movie. And it's so funny because this is related to the topic. Like, in the movie, I thought to myself, bitch, you're, like, it's Demi fucking Moore. Like, in the movie, she does have a little bit of botched surgery. Her lips are uneven and her eyes kind of sag weird. But she's by no means an ugly woman. And if anything, it's like, bitch, you're a rich white woman. Like, you look, like, if you're really that insecure about your look, like, oh, I wasn't mad, like, she didn't even, if I were her, you just kind of got to go, huh, I had an amazing amount of success. And even if people don't remember me anymore, I could either apply for some new roles in some new movies. I could help someone out with their projects that are up and coming in LA, like their short films who they need someone. And I can be like, like the opposite of a Nepo baby. Like, you need someone older with a lot of talent where you can just put them in a movie for spice and they'll be like, oh, it's that girl. Remember her? Like. Or like you're still famous, you're still gorgeous, you can do anything you want, just embrace the life you have and the freedoms you have as a woman. But instead she's like, hey, I'm not treated like a bad bitch enough, let me become Margaret Crayley. And then she the like the it's kind of like the movie is a representation. Have you ever heard of the Portrait of Dorian Gray, where it's like, I think the plot of that story or whatever is that a man sells his soul to Satan or whatever, and it's like put in a painting, so he will never age a day in his life. But then in the painting, you can see like how he's becoming a more fucked up, worse, ugly version of himself because of his actions that he does in real life. It's kind of like that. You know, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. There were some parts where I thought this is stupid, but most of it I enjoyed. But simply put, it's a story where you like sympathize with the main character, and like it's still a good movie. I'm glad it was made. Because it's like you don't just rot and die past a certain age. You're still a person. You still deserve to be treated as a person, and you still have a lovely life that you can achieve. Now, funny enough, I watched this movie, and ironically, I was like, Margaret Crayley is so fucking hot, and she's really young too. Holy shit, she's gorgeous. Like, fuck, she's incredible looking. Like, you should have seen the way I reacted when she did the splits with her body all oiled. Oh, Margaret Crayley. Oh, you can do what you want to me, girl. I'm just saying. She was so fine. And I thought to myself, I don't know how old she is. Like, she's probably the same age as me, if not younger. Damn, she's more successful than I am. And she's more flexible. Remember when I used to do, like, daily body oil, like, hot oil massages and stretches all the time and do this and do that and be so ambitious and motivated? There was not a single second of my life wasted. And now, look at me. I can hardly get up out of bed at all, even to piss. Like, I don't even want to describe. Well, let's not go too much in that topic. Let's just say I was doing a comparison contest because, I don't know, my mental health's been rough recently. It's been rough for about a month straight, to an area that has been so concerning that therapists and psychologists were like, you should take a month off work. And I was like, you are entirely right. That would be a good idea. So rare things are happening for me, let's say. But I saw her and I was like, she is the same age as me, if not younger, and she's so hot, so talented. She has everything I want. God damn. Why can't I be like her? And I'm very anti-comparison. I hardly ever do that. But this was one of the rare instances of me being like, God damn, she does have like exactly what I desire. Fuck. But you know what helped? I looked up Margaret Crayley. I was looking up something. I was horny. I looked up Margaret Crayley oiled up. But on the way there, Google decided to do me a favor. It showed me that she's like 30 fucking years old. So she's got 6 years of life ahead on me. And it's like, so yeah, it's like, one, she had a head start of 6 years. Two, she's 30 and she's 30. She is 30. Turns out women don't just wither away and die and become undesirable as fuck at 30, because holy shit, Margaret Crayley at 30. I thought she was like 21. It's like, damn, girl, you moisturize. And then I remembered, it's like, right, she was like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood too. She was that girl. Oh wow. And like I did the math and shit. Whew. Let's just say I was truly, truly amazed at, like, I was like, wow, dude. Whew. She was fine. And that kind of, how do I put this? Also, sometimes I think about things I achieved when I was younger, and I think to myself, wow, I used to do all that, and I don't do that anymore. Like, my mom wasn't always a shitty parent. Like, okay, yes, she was, but like, there were moments where she had good moments. Like, for example, with sewing. I remember when I was younger, I was a child prodigy in a lot of fucking ways, dude. It was insane. Like, I remember specifically, I had these like cute little green, like almost neon green pastel pajama pants. My mom was like, you should toss these out, they don't fit anymore. And I wanted to keep them. I was like, hey, ooh, can I use your sewing needle and I make something? She was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then she came back, and it took like, I forget how quickly I drafted a pattern from those pants, dude. But holy shit. She came back, and I made some fucking amazing ass cottagecore ass dress out of it. And mind you, this was like 2009. 2000. I was 9. And she was like, "What the fuck?" She was like, "You did this," and I was like, "Yeah, it's not the best stitching. I don't like how I did this. I don't like how I did that. This could have been better." But she was like, "Girl," "Girl, you did this out of some pajama pants. You sewed this dress." And I was like, yeah. And she was like, what? Like, she was really like, we went out to dinner that night. She was like, wear this dress. I'm going to tell people that you made it, because holy shit, it's good. And it was, in hindsight, like, I'm even remembering it now. It's like, holy shit. If I could rewind time, I'd go to 10-year-old me, 9-year-old me. I'd be like, girl, what was the pattern you used? Show me step by step how you made this. But, and oh my God. I was an ambitious child, like, and that happened with my parents in a lot of ways. Like, they'd hand me a pen and paper, and then they'd come back and they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, they would hang posters around their house or whatever of like artwork I made, or like, not around their house, that like, it's more like, like how you put art on a fridge. But like, I'll put it this way, they really, really, really liked the shit I made. I remember when I was also 9, like, or was I was like 10, 11. I was in my room, I was like, I'm gonna do some ambitious drawing, and I did. And I drew like a picture of a palm tree with a night sky and a big moon and a waterfront, and I was like, there we go, I like how this came out. I showed it to my family. They were shook as fuck. They were like, holy shit, you made this? What the fuck? Because it's like, it came out of nowhere. I went from like drawing like stick figures with triangle bodies to just like hyper realistic artwork like that. And if you were to be like, Tamia, how did you learn how to draw like this? I'd say, oh, I just saw a commercial and I practiced the strokes he did, and I practiced that, and I guess it got easy. Like, it was insane. And then, I don't know, now it just feels weird, because it's like, wow, I'm 24 in the blink of an eye. It feels like that was just like, what, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years maximum? And now I'm 24. And I can't name a time I've gotten out of bed this week, aside from dates, where I've actually, like, I can't name a hobby I've done, an achievement. Like, it's just like I've just been kind of waking up and then sleeping, or waking up drinking and staring into space, or like ranting on the internet. So it's just like, what happened to the child prodigy in me that could do anything? And like, if you would have asked me when I was younger, I'd say something like, never believe that you can't do anything, because like, that's the only thing stopping you. If a bunch of people are saying that you can't do something, but you have all the resources and materials and can do something, then just do it anyway. Because what are they going to do? They're not going to fucking stop you. They're just going to hate along the way, but simply put, fuck them. Ignore them and keep doing it anyway. My mom eventually stopped. Like, in some ways she was supportive. In some ways she was like, here's a sewing, like, I'm raising money for a sewing machine for you. Or, oh, I signed you up for this camp for filmmakers. And, like, sometimes she was good. Other times she was fucking terrible and she was a hater. Like, out of nowhere, she would just be like, I'm angry and I need to take this out on someone. I'm gonna demand my 9-year old child shows me their artwork, and then I'm gonna shit on, like everything about it just because I feel like being a cunt today. So, yeah, she deserves all the verbal lashings I can give her because she never hesitated to dole them out with me, and I was a small child. Like, bitch, I'm 9. Anyway, but I guess it was getting to me recently. A lot of things. It just feels like time's going by, but I have to remind myself it's like I was fucking 19 when this pandemic started. I was 19 when the pandemic started, and then it was years of isolation and shelter in place in a fucked up home. And then after that, it's like, okay, I got out eventually right before I turned 21, but then I was still focused on survival, paying for rent, a shitty ass housemate who doesn't take care of himself. Disgusting motherfucker. Disgusting fuck. And like every time that it felt like I was getting closer, then it would be like, oh, fucked up relationship here, weird mental depression or sudden mental health issues there, financial scarcity in this area, and then it's like, okay, now I'm dating bad people who aren't the best for survival. Or I would date someone because I was like, hey, you know what, I could enjoy having love in my life, and I am tired of being alone and just talking to myself and doing nothing and sleeping all the time, and I want someone who makes me want to get out of bed, and then the person ends up a depressing, stupid motherfucker who wants to hurt me and wants to fuck up my life, despite how my fucking only goal is to love him or love them. Oh, do you know how devastating that is? Me dating in love because I'm like, I want someone that I can motivate and like make feel loved, and I want that back. And then I make them get motivated to be a better person in some ways, but they get motivated to fuck me up. And my last relationship did a number on me, and you can probably tell. Like, right when I remember when I met them, I got out of my fucked up relationship with Morgan, and I was like, I'm gonna try comedy, and I'm gonna get on a mic, and I'm gonna fucking practice public speaking, and I'm gonna do karaoke, and I'm gonna do this and do that. And I was getting to be myself and try to be me again, even though things were tough. And he came in and he fucked it up because he just thought, I need to put my hands on this girl. I need to do this. I need to do that. I hate him. If that man were to get killed, I would be so happy. I never am kidding when I say that I want someone to do to him what they did to fucking Carlos in Saints Row 2. I want someone to tie a chain around his fucking leg and drag him through the streets and just leave him to be nothing but fucking roadkill and skin and bones. Because that's how I feel like he left me. It feels like he left me a shell of myself, incapacitated and abused and hurt, and I don't know what to do with myself now. But a lot of things have done that to me over the years. It just is like, damn, bitch. This is also a reason I record so much, so that you can document it, so you know I'm not crazy. It's a bit like, it's just like, damn, bitch, can I get a break? Can I get a fucking break? Can I get a break? But I guess something that warms me up inside is that I know that at heart I am still the same girl as before. I just have some time on me. So I got drunk today because I can't get up unless I'm drunk sometimes. It's been being that way recently, and I don't even drink alcohol, so you know it's bad. I drank like 3 glasses worth, which, ooh, I gotta drink some water soon. But I will say this. Someone got online today and they said, I don't feel very happy about turning 27. And me, just like, I rushed into their DMs and I was like, you need to feel good about being 27 because you'll feel the same way you did at like 25 and 23 and 21 and 20 and 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 12, all that. It's still within you, and you still have all the same potential as you did back then as you do now, and you can achieve anything you want. On top of that, you aren't just gonna rot away and die at 30, because if someone was in their like 80s or 90s, I tell this to anyone I can whenever they talk about their age. I say, if someone on who was like in their 80s, who knows that they're old as shit and they could have like 6 months to live or another 10 years to live, and if they had the chance to swap bodies with you, a 27-year-old, they'd be like, fuck you, like, you know, they aren't gonna be like, oh, 27. They're gonna be like, fuck yeah, 27. I'm gonna have a working spine and working knees, and I'm gonna run miles, and I'm gonna get bitches, and I'm gonna do this and do like it's like 27 is so young. You could live for a very long time. 27 is so young. Like most actors, and also most actors, like hell. Do you know how long it took you for Oprah to get famous? She was in her like 30s or something when she finally got big, in her fucking 30s, almost 40s. But they don't like, Steve Buscemi. He was probably like 30 in his first breakout role in fucking Reservoir Dogs. Or at least I think that was his breakout role. Like, simply put, they don't tell you about the stages before. Like, how do I put this? Most of these motherfuckers have good ass skin routines and you can't even guess their age, or you forget their age. You'll be so wrapped up in trying to be Steve Buscemi or Johnny Depp or this celebrity or that celebrity that you'll forget they had to go through a lot of really shitty movies in their teen years, in their 20s, and even their 30s and 40s before next thing you know, they just pop out and they're James Bond at 50 and they're fucking critically acclaimed as fuck. Like, sometimes that happens, Like, Keanu Reeves, he has some shitty movies out there, I'm pretty sure. But good God, people know him as John Wick. And guess what? He was in his 40s, if I recall correctly. Maybe his 30s at best. I don't know. I can't tell that nigga's age. But it took him a while. So I always tell people, if you were like 80 or 90, there would be some, and they were like, if someone was told, hey, you're like in your 80s and you're old as shit, do you want to swap bodies with this 27-year-old? Like, they'd be like, absolutely. Why? Because 27 is so young. Even if your life's not perfect, it's like you still have all the time in the world. You have everything you can do. Guess what? Like, most people explain that, like, once you hit your 30s, you're just like, oh, I feel the same as, like, in my 20s, but, like, my frontal lobe is developed, so I'll make smarter decisions. My body actually, like, looks better. It actually, like, hell. Like, some things might snap, crackle, and pop a bit, but, like, I'm basically the same person. And then they just kind of realize, wait, so you mean to tell me that my 30s are just like my 20s but longer? And my 40s are just my 20s but and my 30s but long? And then it's like, yeah, you just kind of realize life is long. It's very beautifully long. You think life is short, it's long. Like, so I remember someone got online on Tumblr and they said that for the first time, and I was blessed enough to reshare it on Twitter because some guy was like, I feel unrealistic because he was like, I'm like 27 and I want to do a million things that I haven't yet. And I just feel like my time's basically up. But it's like, how do I know what I want to do? Because I want to be like a scuba diving instructor. I want to be a model. I want to be a fashion designer. I want to be an event planner. I want to speak languages and travel and be a doctor and do this and do that. And I said, hey, the fun part is you could do all of that. Like, you could study for being a doctor while also doing modeling on the side. And in your free time, you can also just like make sketches for like fashion designs you want to make and show it to the people you've met networking while modeling. And then eventually, like, when you do become a doctor, you can have all the money in the world to use for travel. And like, you can also do this and that. And then if you ever want to stop, you can stop. And then you can just simply become like a writer or do this or do that you want to do. And then spend the rest of your days as a traveling like scuba diving instructor because you have the money and freedom to do so. Life is very, very, very beautiful and long. You have all the chance in the world to do it. And that tweet went like semi-viral, and a bunch of people were like, thank you for saying this. And I was glad I got to kind of parrot it because it's like, yeah, sometimes you have to remind yourself you can do it all. Like, but you know what's good? I got drunk today and I was like, you know what? And I decided I have a huge event I want to make happen. And let me go ahead and pitch it because I have drunk confidence. So I did. I DM'd some people I know and I was like, I want to do this idea. Here's the whole layout. Here's my whole vision. Let me know if you're down. And if they reject me, that's okay. I got other people who will probably say yes to the idea and do a different version of it. And I am motivated. I really want to see this become a reality. And you know what? I've been getting drunk recently more, and even though I know it's bad, and it's like you should probably just take meds or something. Also, I'm pretty sure I caught COVID recently, so I think that's also a reason for like I already was. But then again, I can't blame that because I'm not even like I could have got COVID. I could have not got COVID. All I fucking know is I was not doing the greatest. But enough time went by, and let's just say, whew. Oh, sorry. I'm still recovering from the drunkenness. Whew. I was so drunk I listened to an hour straight of The Weeknd's music, and not even like it was the auto tune era, so it took a mental toll on me. It did psych damage. Speaking of psych damage, yeah, alcoholism is not the best resolution, but it's the resolution I got. But it's like alcohol, Dr. Pepper, Red Bulls, and a lot of salt water is what we're doing now because I guess it's like it's Let's just say until I can manage to actually pick up the phone for that psychiatrist, we are doing what works for us. But don't worry, me being it helped. I'm working on portraits and a lot of artwork that I've been working on, and I'm being ambitious again. I would show you that, but it's like, oh, there we go. And I've been trying to draw even when my brain tells me no. Sometimes my body draws and it's like, it's not coming out in a very much like child prodigy way. But it's okay. Like, how do I put this? I've spent years staring at my phone or my laptop and I haven't been holding my phone and stuff. So it's like, sometimes you're going to have slight carpal tunnel and this, and that, and you're not going to be the same person. But what's good is making yourself do things even when your brain's telling you not to, because it's like the only thing telling you not to is your brain. There's nothing that's going to go wrong. Like, don't catastrophize. Don't think, whoa, what if I make this song and my voice comes out fucked up? Okay, well, simply put, if you make a song and then never look at it again, that's still like 10 times better than if you never made the song and then never brought it to reality or even saw if it could fuck up in the way you think it is. Because what if it goes well, and even if it fucks up, you still can say that you're a song maker. Anyway, I also recently, I was like, I'm bored, and so I think I was a little tipsy when I made this, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to design a bunch of Christmas-themed dresses to kill time during the holidays. And I did. And I designed a shit ton of dresses with intensive detail. I was like, I'm going to make a Christmas-themed wig, I'm going to make a Christmas-themed dress, and this one, 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 and I'm pretty sure there's more. And I had a fun time doing it, and I enjoyed it. And funny enough, multiple people online, they were like, actually, like, they were like, hey, this one is actually hella fucking fly, like with with the little gold chain necklace and some little strappy heels, hell yeah. And a lot of people loved this one. They were like even this guy I'm talking to, he's like, I want to see this one become a reality. I would love to see this dress become a reality, and I want to see more of your designs. Multiple people hit me up and they were like, I would love to see you continue your arts. And I remember years ago, a man gave me $600 at my job for a piece of art I made that I personally did not like. Sometimes people hype up my art, and I like it, but I don't see what's so the hoopla. But they still love it. Like, I've had that happen a million times in my life. And it's like, not because I have imposter syndrome, just because maybe I'm a bit humble, and maybe because it's like I admire the art I do. But sometimes if you have a different vision in your head and it doesn't come out exactly how you want it, then you're going to be like, eh. But I'll put it to you like this. Um, yeah, mainly I just like to be humble. But I remember at some point I made this piece of art, and this man, he was drunk as fuck and on acid, but like coming down from it, he saw it and he was like, I'm gonna give you $600. And he gave me $600. And I said, why? I thought he was gonna say to come to his fucking apartment and suck his dick. And he was like, sorry. But no, guess what? Instead, he said, oh, I never want you to stop making art. Please never in your life ever stop making art, because this is a beautiful piece of work. I said, that's so amazing. Would you like this? He was like, at first he almost wanted it, but then he was like, no, if anything, I want you to have that and keep it as a reminder that you have the talent and the spark, and I want you to never ever think that you don't, and to keep making art. So yeah, shout out to Nicholas Dooley, you blessed motherfucker. He later on, we didn't stay in touch, but I am still happy that he was sweet enough to do that. So amen to him. I'm very grateful. But yeah. Oh my god, I need to drink some water. That hangover is coming in rough. Maybe there are some things that happen with age. Hangovers. Remember when you could just drink wine and spring back the next day and not feel like you're getting killed? It feels like someone's taking a power drill and just in my head. But I will say this. Yeah, life can come at you anytime. And you don't have to achieve a lot when you're young. That's just pressure put on us. Like, no offense. Have you seen the people who have achieved things young? Like, no offense, like the kid in Home Alone, he was famous when he was young, but he even told y'all, he was like, I don't remember most of the shit that I like. He watches a movie and he'll see that he's in it and he'll be like, I don't remember recording this at all. You know why? Because he was being viciously abused and neglected at home and forced to sets with very little sleep and very little food and getting constantly abused, and they didn't do anything. Like, yeah, it's like, how do I put this? Not everyone, and like, also, even outside of that, not everyone has perfect circumstances. Like, I'm pretty sure that if I did have a better set of parents, or if I did have this or that or this or that, things could have gone better. But it's okay, because just because things didn't go according to plan. Like, I didn't become some amazingly super cunty slay pop star before the age of like 19, but who gives a fuck? It's okay. Because guess what? There's pop stars out there. Like, I'm pretty sure if I Googled Sabrina Carpenter's age, I'd be like, holy shit, she's a lot older than I thought. Because guess what? With the power of skincare and fucking hope and networking, anything is possible. So, someone might look at you and be like, she's youngest. Like, dude, someone thought I was 20 recently. And I was like, they had to actually call me. They were like, I thought you'd be like 2021. And I was like, no, I'm like gonna be 24 soon. They were like, holy shit. I forgot I'm a black person. Black doesn't crack. But then on top of that, I forget that you aren't just gonna spoil like milk the second you age past 22, as much as pedophiles on the internet have groomed our young girls into thinking. Like, that's fascinating. And I don't know. Like, yeah, and any talents you think you might lose or any time you think you're losing, you probably still have. Like, no offense, even if, like, everything probably is still right on time. Like, there's an alternate reality where I could have gone to art school and then I probably would have wasted a bunch of fucking money on a useless fucking degree and then been stuck in a pandemic with a shit ton of student debt. And then miserable as fuck. No offense, I can't picture how that would have gone. I probably would not be here today. Like, a lot of things could have been different, but it's okay. Like, sometimes I'm not gonna say everything happens for a reason, because let's just say the script I'm working on now, like, I would have preferred if I didn't have to go through like drug psychosis from that time I took edibles once, and it just so happened to be the worst fucking trip of my life. God damn. Like, really. Ugh. And then I would have preferred not to have the sexual assault. I'm not gonna say it's good that happened because it means I get to write. Because, bitch, I would have been a writer anyway. But it's like, let's just make the most out of this. Like, how do I put this? Sometimes you're served lemons, you gotta make lemonade. Sometimes you get served a steaming pile of shit on top of that lemonade, and then you just gotta toss out the lemonade and make new lemonade. Or make an entirely new drink. But at least you know how to make a lemonade. So if it's like, hey, I made lemonade before, someone shat in it, I trust that I can make a pomegranate juice pretty good because I made a lemonade and it was good before someone shat in it, so I can easily do this again. And that's kind of like how I've been. So I've been getting back into like fashion design because I've been like, I still have the same skills as I did when I was like younger. It might take me a bit to like fully get back in the rhythm of like, but like I know how to use a sewing machine and I know how to have a fun time. I know how to drape on a mannequin. I can easily do that. Sure, I might not have the perfect like laser focus attention, and I might have some fucked up memories that will like hit me like a truck every now and then, but I'm okay. And I can easily be the same person again. And even for the artwork I'm making, I'm happy about it because I was depressed as fuck, but I was like, you know what? Let me just like I feel like I actually can create, so let me go ahead and create. And I drank some wine and I created some art, and I think it's I love it. It's a masterpiece. I haven't made art like that in ages, and I'm happy it came out how I wanted it to, if not better. And you don't know how good that feels after basically not really doing like artistic stuff for years. Like, aside from just drawing eyes on post-it notes or in the corner of papers at my jobs, it's like I haven't really been dedicated to the arts for a while. So you don't know how wild it is for me to actually be drawing again and for it to actually be coming out nice. It's pleasant. It's a surprise. It made me feel like the same fucking girl I was when I was like 10, 11, and 12, 13, 15, 18, when I was just like grinding super hard at art because I was like, my life is shit, but I need to make bliss where I can, and I want to set up life to work out for myself. And that's what you do. It turns out that when you're 30, like, how do I put this? Even if your life went perfectly amazing in your 20s, you're not just like, you don't just have to die at 30. Like, let's say some hypothetical reality where I did achieve every goal. Like, oh, what if I did become some sort of acclaimed Oscar winner, actress, model, director, like triple threat when I was like 21? What if I also became an amazing singer pop star when I was 19 and I did all this and that? Guess what? I would still have the rest of my life to figure out what the fuck I want to do. Like, there's people who do that all the time. One second you're married and you think you're the happiest you can be, the next second you're divorced, you realize, oh, that was actually pretty fucked up. But you know what? I get to party with like fucking hot ass 20-year-olds at this fucking rave and have a blast and travel to all these countries that, and you get to do a million things. Like, hell, I'm living my life to the fullest, and I know no matter how bad it gets, no matter how good it gets, I can still have good again. I can come out the other side And I'll just be like, "Whoo, look at this! The sun, like the sky is still there, the sun's still there. There's new people to love and meet every day, and like, yeah, like I plan to have a fucking great life at all stages. Like, and like, even though shit's been a little fucked, I've still made fun where I could. Like, hell, just because like the pandemic happened, it's like I still had my video go viral when I was 19. That was a lot of fun. I remember that was I was like, I'm too old to make a successful YouTube video, but let's just do it for fun. And I ended up having several now, and that's fucking crazy. And then on top of that, I was like, let's just say I did a lot. And I still have more to do, and that's the beauty of life. So, like, I'm out here thinking, oh, I'm 24 and I'm just gonna wither away and die. My life's gonna fly by like that without anything happening. That's not true. The thing that will fly by and pass by will be your issues. As long as you, like, keep trying to actually make your life happy, you're gonna have a happy life no matter what age you are. Like, you're gonna have success, talent, love, bliss at any fucking age. And then even one day when I'm in my fucking 70s, I'm still gonna look fucking sexy. Like, I'm still gonna be fucking amazing. I'm gonna have a lot of amazing stories under my belt, a whole lot of blessings, and guess what? I will still find new things to enjoy and love. Like it, like you know, and entirely different priorities, entirely different goals, and I will achieve every single fucking goal I have. Because as long as I say it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So just remember that you're not just gonna wither away and die the second you hit like past 21, 20. Like, you always think that when I was young, I didn't think I would live to be 12, and then I did. Then 13, then 14, and just kept going. And now it's like, huh, you didn't plan to be here that long because you thought the world was going to end or you thought you were going to kill yourself. But the blessing and beauty is that you're still alive. You somehow persevered through all of it, and you get to figure out what blessings you want going forward. And you can transform your life at any time, and there's a lot that you can enjoy and do. So do what you can. But yeah, life is beautifully long. Never think that you have an expiration date on your own life, because guess what? Like, probably like a few hours before, I probably would have been like, I am gonna go nowhere in life, and I'm gonna wake up at 30, and I'm gonna waste my youth and beauty away, and I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna be worse than fucking Demi Moore because I'm not even gonna live to be successful. It's like, but guess what? No. Instead, I got drunk. I told people that I loved them. I made art. I had fun. I had bliss. And I've been trying new things every day. And I was like, I'm gonna work on that script. I'm gonna achieve these goals. I'm gonna read these books. I'm gonna do this, and it's been working out. You just don't think you're gonna die past like, just like, you have a long, fruitful life. You're gonna be okay. Take care of yourself.